This new combo makes Cool Tune tier 0. I'm gonna show you this combo. The fact no one plays it is just baffling. It's because you're not on the masterclass. Let's go. Always in the Zalon remix. This is even better. Welcome back to another video. In this video, I will show you the best way to combo with this deck. People think Cool Tune, they look at Cool Tune, they just end on Zalon remix, as you should. But I think that's the best one-card combo. I figured out a two-card combo in the deck that is just overall the absolute best end board for this deck, and absolutely no one knows it. I wasn't even planning to show this before French Nats, and the YCS, but let's be real. If you Frenchies have this combo, I'm gonna beat your ass anyways with this deck. But I wanted to help out everyone at the YCS, so watch very closely, okay? Before we do, all the Yu-Gi-Oh players out there, I actually just released an update to my textbook. It's 88 pages. Look at this shit, 80 of 88 on how to destroy Branded.
What
this
I
fucking
do?
shitter right here. Stupid
What
ass
I do?
Everything you know about this deck. 88 whole pages on how to defeat it. That's pretty cool, actually. I would say I did a great job on it personally. And you know, people thought this book it was done, but I was like, you know what? I'm not fucking leaving. Ah, let's go. It's a great book. You know, don't worry. This is the only place where there's pages on it. Everything else is just absolute information. So yeah, you're gonna want to not miss that. Anywho, I'm gonna show you guys this combo right now. Now I'm not maining this combo, I'm side decking it, but I'm gonna show you how it's done. It could be done with any, for example, Rotary and Mix does it. Any combination of two cards does it. But I'm going to go in my deck and show you the exact cards. Any two engine card does it. It's a two-card combo focusing on one reframing and one Harmonia. That's right. Now you're not main decking the Harmonia or the reframing, but the idea of the combo is that you're gonna be capitalizing on one Harmonia, the special off Q, and then reframing in your deck. You're going to be ending your board on any two cards, ends on Zalin, reframing, and back-to-back. And you're going to get to remix with the back-to-back. Ending on double Omni end, and instead of a remix, it's a back-to-back. Obviously, this is way better than Zalin remix. This goes back-to-back, Zalin, reframing, and you get to remix. Then you get to loudness, and you get all the interruptions. So I'm going to show you guys how to do this combo. You could do it with any two starters in the deck. But for this one very specifically, I'm going to put all these back. I'm going to draw 3 random cards, let's say Imperm. So I'll have 3 Imperms just to prove that you don't actually need anything else in your deck to do it. So you're going to have 3 whatever non-engine you're going to have, and any 2 engine cards. So for this example, I'll just use Rico and Rotary as an example here. So you're going to go Rotary, Rico, doesn't matter which 2 it is. Any 2 engine cards gets there. Use a Rico effect, and I get it. You know, a lot of people at this game state are like, oh, but Trif, what if I get drolled, bro? If you get drolled here, you still end on Zalin remix, so that's like your mid ground, so you're still okay with it. You go 1-2, you get the maker. And what you're gonna want to do here is you're gonna want to get Q with the maker, because you know for a fact you're summoning the Q and you want to get the JJ. KTSs are super fucking mid, bro. You don't, if you're ending on a super Omega board, you don't fucking need KTSs. You're going to go effect of this, you go Q now, and this is where the one Harmonia comes up. You're going to want to special the Harmonia. Now, if you hard draw a Harmonia, let's say you side deck into 2 or 3 of them, you don't need to summon the Harmonia, you summon Ash and you get to it, but having access to Harmonia somewhere in here is very important for what you're trying to do. So, you know you want to end on Zalin, and you know that you want to end on get the Visa. So what you're going to do now is get the last summon here. You're going to get Mix, and this Mix could get you anything. So you know the Q, and let's say for example for this exact situation you want the Mix to get you level 3. So let's get Q specifically for the situation. And what you're going to want to do here is the Q from your hand that you get with Mix here. This is why the order doesn't matter. You're going to want to turn Zalin, top deck the 2 shit cards, whatever. And the reason why the order doesn't matter if you get Q from the beginning, Rotor from the beginning, Rico, Mix, it's the exact same shit. But you want to end on your board with a 1, 2, and a 7. So the JJ is going to tribute the Q, because you already used the Q, and get Rotary. And as you guys see where this is shaping up now, you're going to take the Harmonia that's a level 7, and this into Visas. Visas will trigger, getting you reframing. And then the Mix and the Visas goes into back-to-back instead of remix. And I'll show you what this means on the opponent's turn. So this is going to give you back-to-back. And for those that are on a budget that can't afford the Harmonia, you play 1. You ready? You play 1 Destrudo. That's right. You play Destrudo, 1 Destrudo instead of Harmonia, and you're going to think to yourself, okay, Trif, that's a brick. Not really. Because when you summon the Q off of the you summon the shoot off queue, you then have a free level of anything you want. If you did that, you're actually able to keep the queue in your hand to have a crazy follow-up, and you use the Destrudo to get to this point anyways. But for this situation, that's what you have. So you have the reframing and, you know, whatever trap non-engine you have. Friendly reminder, put the imperms in the scales because of Power Patron now. Just do it. And what this end board will give you is complete knowledge of their hand. You give them a shitter top deck, so there's 5 cards, and you play way better into breakers with this. The reason why you play way better into breakers is you have the reframing with full board and everything. Back-to-back on its own is good. Back-to-back protected by Zealot and reframing is absolutely godly. I don't think you could actually lose the game when you have this protected by 2 breakers. So if they droplet, you just reframing it, and if they send a trap, who cares, right? So let's say they activate a monster effect. At this point, this is what I think makes it super cool, is you're able to go, now imagine the imprint are set, obviously. Let's say your first action here would be it could be anything. Let's say Rico. You don't need to, you have 2 Omnis, you have 3 hand traps, you don't need to actually get this right away. So you use this to get a mix from Grave, for example, or you might as well have that, just get another mix here, whatever, same shit. Okay, your second back-to-back is you're going to go back-to-back to summon Trackmaker, resolving the mix and the Rico to have them go into remix. So now you go into the remix, giving you, let's count all the interruptions we're going to get. We're going to get reframing, we're going to get Zalin, and you're not using Zalin or reframing until you have to. You're going to get the mix pop, you're going to get the Rico MST at some point later, but let's not consider that now. You do this when you want to get the pop off. And then at this point, this will trigger with the MST. So guess what that search is, guys? That search is clip. Now, on simplified game state, you go effect. If you want to get a follow-up here, you could. But at this point, you kind of do it when you want to get the MST off. So you just add, you get the Harmonia. If you want to, let's say you want to get the Harmonia, because Harmonia could be a good card at times. You could get the Harmonia over the mix if you wanted to. But let's say you want an actual negate. You know, you could go clip search, you go clip summon. But in order to get the very last effect here, you could get that. But I think an extra negate's even better. So you're going to take this and this into the negate, giving you an RS. You get the MST. So you do that for MST. You get RS for negate, Omni negate 3. You go clip when you want the bounce, and you get 6. You get whichever bounce you want here for 7. You get the clip effect as well. It's 7 interruptions from 1 card, but it's just like the other one. But the way you get this 7 interruptions is way more insulated, where the reframing and Zalin protect everything. The back-to-back's already up. When they have a fall-in, or they have an eclipse, or they have a droplet, you just eat those breakers alive. They don't do fuck all. The only time you don't do this board with 2 cards is when you very specifically see Super Poly, and on Super Poly you just end on 4 monsters or 1 monster. You never end on interrupts. So you never end on Zalin and 3 monsters. You end on 3 main deck monsters and Trackmaker, or you just end on Remix. This 10 total interrupts is super omega game, and look at your board. You end on an absolute god board. You can never lose. This is an example of the deck list, but again, you're not main decking the Harmonia, you're not main decking reframing. If you're doing this strategy where you do want to end on the reframing with Zalin, I would recommend 3 Harmonia on the side, because Harmonia basically makes it easier. Where let's say you draw the Harmonia, you're using it as a level 7 hand trap. You're not using it for its effect. It's going to be a mid hand trap. And I know a bunch of idiots are going to respond in the comments, "Oh, I thought you said Harmonia was bad, Trif!" Yeah, I'm not main decking because it's fucking dog shit against the best decks. But you're going to want to play it against random decks. Like, I say Branded is the only good deck. And Branded and Doom Z, yes, Branded and Doom Z are tier 1 decks. Fucking dog shit versus Cool Tune. Dog shit versus Striker. Dog shit versus Mitsurugi. Dog shit versus other decks similar to this. Dog shit versus Clan. Dog shit versus some decks that are just random like this. Good versus VSK9, good versus some Rogue, but as you see there, it's about 50-50. That doesn't sound like a main deck card to me. If it's good versus half them, and good versus the other half. You want 1 Ghost Ogre in the deck to hit the Albaz. A lot of you guys have trouble with Branded. That's why I did a whole 15-page thing on my booklet here, on specifically how to beat Branded. You need 1 Ogre, because Q could special the Ogre from deck, and it could resolve from your field. This style of deck, I don't know if Cherries is good or not yet. It could be something else, but this is how you want to play the deck, give or take. And again, guys, I highly recommend my textbook. There's a reason why it's critically acclaimed. It has 400 reviews online. Sorry, 400 purchases online, an insane number of 10-star reviews. Like, it's rated 9.9 on there. It's the best performance of any coaching product in the history of Medify. I'm not even capping. I'm updating it again in a few weeks after French Nats. So it's going to be a 100-page booklet soon. I highly recommend it down below. And if you guys want to get coached by the best player in the world, respectfully myself, if you pay 10 more bucks, you get monthly coaching for free. Like, just on there. It's insane. Anyways, hope you guys enjoyed the video. This is the best combo for this deck. I'll see you guys next video. Peace.